Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Nain Shorts. Now, usually this is a time where I make some silly joke and then start going into the lesson of the week, but we're actually going to cut into this time and talk about a somewhat of a serious topic. Here in the Bay Area, there's been an uprise in senior citizens being attacked, more specifically Asian senior citizens, for many of ignorant reasons. And Rick, my instructor and good friend, has spearheaded, and I'm here to back him up as much as I possibly can, the idea that we need to start passing this information on to people who really need it, who are really going to use it in these difficult times. And so I'm going to have Rick here join me, and please go ahead. And we're going to discuss a little bit on a rather serious topic that's going on in the Bay Area.
Hey folks, thank you, Nain.
No problem, no problem.
You know, again, as Nain said, there's been a lot of instances where the elderly are being attacked for no apparent reason. And usually those people are the Asian elderly people. And this really bothered me. So we decided we're going to try to help any way we can. And one of the ways that we decided to help was we're going to be offering free self-defense classes to anybody who feels that it would be helpful to them. And mind you, these classes aren't just in one location. We've contacted a bunch of our martial arts friends from all over the Bay Area, to include Sacramento, Stockton, Manteca. We have some towards Vallejo, San Carlos, Santa Clara. So, you know, there's an area hopefully near you, and if not, we'll come to you if we have to, because this is a very serious matter. We want to try to help as many people as we can. But we also want to stress that we're not teaching you how to, you know, beat up people. That's not the intent here. What we want to do is we want to bring people to a level of awareness, being aware of the surroundings, being aware of things that are going on in front of them, and being aware of how not to be a victim. A good friend of ours, Charlie Smith, has created our name for this, and we're calling it HELP and Awareness. And the HELP stands for Honoring Elderly Lives with Prevention and Awareness. And I thought that was really cool. So thank you, Charlie.
Cool.
We
Thank
appreciate
you, Charlie.
that.
That's awesome.
You know, it sucks that when you're an elderly and you want to go out and you want to do things, you feel, you know, you can.
Oh yeah, you earned it.
But now you're hearing stories that these elderlies are afraid to go out of their house, don't want to leave, you know. And that really chaps my heart. I mean, I'm really bothered by all of these things. So again, we're going to try to offer help to anybody who wants to reach out to us.
Well, you said we're not trying to get people to become bullies and, you know, fight. So what are we going to be teaching the elderly to help them?
Well, again, like I was mentioning or alluding to, is that we're gonna talk about being aware of your surroundings. You know,
Okay.
You're walking along, you see a group of people that look kind of shady. Do you really want to walk through that crowd, or even though it takes you another 5 or 10 minutes to get to where you're going, why not walk around it? You know, or better yet, always have somebody with you when you go somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, bring one of your grandkids or your own kids. Anything where you're not by yourself. You know, being by yourself, that makes you a great target.
Yeah, it does.
Because there's nobody around, you know. And elderly, they figure you're not going to fight back. You know, and it's unfortunate, folks, that, you know, people are using the pandemic as an excuse for all this stuff.
A lot of things, yeah.
But I think the pandemic has become an excuse for these lowlifes to mug people, take their money and their personal belongings, in the guise of, oh, you created the virus.
Right.
You know, and that's such BS. I mean, they're just trying to rob people, and this is the excuse they come up with. It's ridiculous. You know,
yeah. There's a lot of ignorance going around.
Yeah, the people that are being attacked are innocent. They had nothing to do with anything about this virus.
They're just people trying to live.
I mean, it's just so asinine how people's minds can be manipulated that way to thinking.
Folks, regardless of the reason why it's happening, that's not for us to even really go any deeper into. It's really just the fact that it is happening. And as martial artists, we don't deal with what could be or what may be or what should be. We deal with what is. If it's happening, something needs to be done. And not just the elderly.
Right.
The people too. You see videos of these things happening. But how often do you see people jumping in to help?
Right. You know, that's the other thing that really bugs me. You know, these people who have it on video,
Right.
rather than holding that camera up and video thing, why not jump in? Why not help that poor elderly person?
Use the phone to call the
Yeah.
cops.
Yeah, anything. You know, sure they can use that information on your video, but when
Helpful
you have 20
after. Yeah.
when you have 20 people
Standing
recording
up.
the same thing,
Yeah.
put your phone down,
Yeah.
help the individual.
That's better.
Jesus Christ, folks, you know, we don't need 1,000 views of the same incident. Put your phone down, help the individual. Stop being part of the problem.
And we get it. If you're not going to help, don't get in the way. I understand. But if you are going to help, let's try to do a little bit more. And this class may also be for you. If you just want to help somebody in need but feel afraid yourself to get involved physically,
Right.
then this may be something that will kind of give you that. And for you to see other people in your community. Because that's what we're really asking you guys to do, is really go to your community leaders, talk to them, get information on what you can do, even if it's just raising the voice by a decibel. It just means that it's that much louder and people can start listening to it. It's not about complaining, but it's about being proactive and helping
Right.
our friends. But what about when the incidents do happen?
Yeah, you know, that's the other part of this is that what do you do when you're in the midst of things, right? You know, I keep hearing people say, oh, well, I carry mace, or I have a taser, oh, I just bought a taser, oh, I can use it. Folks, unless you're properly trained in any of those items, those things, in a panic, when you're about to get hit or something else, are not useful. Because one, if it's in your bag, it's this little thing about yay big, if that's in your big bag like most women have, you have to search for that. You don't have time.
Nope.
A taser, you know, you need to get this close. It'll get taken from you, and then it'll be used on you. Then you're in a worse situation than you could ever possibly imagine.
Yeah, there are better ideas.
So unless you're very, very trained in those things, I really, you know, don't use them. I mean, unless you get hours and hours of training. You know, I've heard of one lady, she bought 24 boxes of mace. And every day she uses it. She practices on it.
Really?
So I know she can use it.
Huh?
But that's
smart.
crazy to say, because I need to make sure the wind is not blowing the wrong way, or you know.
Well, you know, you have to unlock it before you can actually
all
press it.
all the things that you have to learn to do. But in a panic, while you're afraid and
And you're shaking. And
it's not as easy as folk thinks it is.
so that's the kind of things we're going to discuss then,
Right.
really. Then what happens physically? How do you protect yourself?
You know, physically, I would always recommend if you know, we had that news, the lady with she took a 2x4.
Oh.
She had a walker, she carries around a 2x4, and she used that. You know, if you have a cane.
But even she was bloody, but she fought back.
Yeah, she fought back. You know, she said, no more. I'm done with, you know, just getting beat up.
Would you say that's the more important lesson?
I think so. Folks, you know, if people realize that you are going to fight back, maybe they'll have second thoughts about attacking.
Well, that's the bully mentality. Once you stand up
That's
to
right.
a bully.
Once you stand up and show that you're not going to sit there and let them do whatever they want, then they stop.
Then
So we
that's
have to be
definitely
prepared.
useful. That's definitely useful. People, we need to stand up to these bullies.
You know, if Nain were just to run up on me and try to hit me, first thing that I do is I want to cover my face. I want to protect my vital, you know, my vital parts, which is my brain.
Right.
If I just sit there and go, you know,
So even if you're falling, it would make more sense to
yeah,
protect
if
yourself.
you're falling, just, you know, a lot of people will try to, you know, they try to catch
Brace,
themselves,
yeah.
and that's your body just telling you to do that. But when you do that, you hear about a lot of broken wrists,
Right,
broken
right.
arm, or whatever, even worse, you know, somebody bangs their head. But if you just cover up and fall, I guarantee you, you know, you might hurt here, but you're not going to hurt the important part, which is your head.
Right. The
You know,
body can recover.
Yeah, the body will recover, but if you get, you know, you hit your head wrong,
Yeah.
the courses are going to be about 2 hours. Again, it'll be taught throughout the Bay Area with all of our martial arts students, and thank you guys for even offering your services. We
Thank
do
you
appreciate
very
all
much.
of you. You know, Nain and I are here to do whatever we can for the community,
But we can only get to so many places and so
Right.
many dates.
and we need you to reach out to us,
Yes.
because this is important.
Yes, yes. Get a group together, get with your leaders. If you know a group of people that want to get and want to feel a bit more safe walking around in their own hometowns. let us know. We'll be more than happy to get there any which way
Yeah,
we can.
and if you can't get out to our locations, again, like Nain says, get a group together. We'll come to you. We don't really care. We want to do whatever we can to help. And if that's going to help, we will come to you.
Yes, we will do it. Food is appreciated, but otherwise, we're more than happy to do it at no cost.
It's all free. Although food sounds good.
I'm just saying, people gotta eat. And
We'll
I
work
like
for-
food.
We'll
We
ninja
work
for-
for food.
Yeah, we'll ninja for food.
I guess I'm cheap. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I didn't mean to throw that one in. I'm just hungry.
There you go. Folks, again, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for joining
Please
us.
share this with everybody you can. We
Pass
are
it
going to have
around.
this on both YouTube and Facebook.
Yes.
So please share this information. Let everybody know we are going to have prompts that'll pop up with our numbers, our contact information. So again, we hope to see and hear from you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining me again on this very special Nain Short. Dear to my heart because my friend and mentor is very dear to my heart, and he is elderly and Asian.
Thanks.
I know. It was obvious, but I just wanted to say because I do care for his well-being, and I know he can take care of himself, but there are a lot of people who cannot. And if we don't stand up for them, with them, then this is just going to be an ongoing problem. So please, help us out.
Stop the hate, folks. Stop the hate.
Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful day. See you on the next Nain Shorts. 3, 2, 1. Cut!